In the previous videos, we have set up all of our different monitors. We've set up our CA monitor, we've set up our server monitors, and we set up our host monitors. Now that we're getting all of this data into CertMS, it's time to look at reports and reporting, because all this data means nothing if we can't actually report on it. So, reporting, setting up reports, and automated reports and schedule reports are very simple. So if we come in here and we can go down the left-hand side to reporting, you can see we have two options, reports and report scheduler. So if we go to reports, you can see reports is completely empty and blank. No big deal though. If we click add report, we can choose the report and we can create the report that we want. So in this case, I'm going to, sure, let's just name it that. We can add notes if we want. So we give it a name. The name, just like everything else, is whatever for you. It's specific to you to describe this particular report. Then we have to choose two main things. What do we want to report on, and when do we want to report on it? So you can see we can report on expiring, expired, created, or revoked certificates. And then we can report when on certain times. So we can do this year, this month, next year, next 90 days, next 60 days, or we can do a custom range. But I think what we're going to do is, in this case, as in most cases, we're going to report on expiring certificates, and we want to see what's expiring this month. And then if we want to add a specific certificate template, we can add that down here in the filters. We can type in certificate template, and then we can type in the template that we want to use. We're not going to do that here. If you don't do that, then you'll get a report on every certificate, which is what we want in this case. So we'll click submit. There we go. And now we have our report. Now, from here, we can just run this report ad hoc into a CSV or an HTML. Let's take a quick look at those. So if I run this as a CSV, and then I open this file, you can see now all of our certs that are expiring this month are showing up here in our CSV. Now, you can see if I want to run the HTML report, that's going to pull down for me right here. And I can open that guy and see the exact same information, but in a nicer format. That's fine. So we'll go ahead and close that. And now our report is set and ready to go. The next piece that we can do, we have the report, is we want to schedule this report. So we want this report to say go out to our admins. We want this report to go out to certain people periodically. So now if we come in here and go to reports, report scheduler, we can create a report schedule. So if we click add report schedule, we have now a drop-down list of all of our reports. You can see we only have one, but however many reports we have here. And then we choose how do we want this to run. Do we want this to run daily, weekly, monthly, or yearly? So I think if we're looking for next month, we want this to just run monthly. And then if we want it to run monthly, we probably want it to run at the beginning of the month so that we have, 2 months lead time. Or we want to know at the beginning of the month. So in this case, we'll say 03/01/2024. Again, noticing I put in a past date. I could do the same thing. I could do 04/01/2024. Start time, let's say 05 a.m. I like things running at 5 a.m. And then we choose who we want to send it to. So let's just send it to me. And then what format I want it in. I want it in CSV because I may want to do some processing on it later. And click submit. And now we have a report that is scheduled and ready to go. Now, again, we can come through and we can click play and it will immediately send this report. I'm not going to do that in this video just because we don't have our SMTP server set up. But that is completely what you can do, is you would click play if you wanted to run it now. Otherwise, the next time this report is going to run is going to be April 1st at 5 a.m. And that's how you set up reports and schedule reports.